Have you ever wondered how we got so many channels for college football and the NFL today? I'm going to uh, break down an event that happened in 1984 here in the state of Oklahoma. But before we do that, can I ask you to step out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your post notification bell? That way you won't miss any OU or college football content that I will be uploading. And also it helps the algorithm of YouTube. So I'm going to have to take you on a detour to get you to my topic. When I grew up watching college football in the 70s on the major broadcasts, ABC, NBC, CBS, there was not counting the bowl games, but just regular season games. There was 14 on TV. Now, me being an OU fan, when we wasn't on probation, in our schedule, I'll just break it down to you. Early in the season, if we wasn't playing powerhouses like USC or Notre Dame or any of the blue blood colleges, we didn't get put on TV. Basically, the only time we got put on TV was either the Texas game or the Nebraska game. Once in a while, they would show a Big Eight game, us playing Colorado or Missouri, but not often. And also, they would also show our bowl game that we was playing. So that's three games if we wasn't playing a powerhouse football team then. So 1981 rolls around. Oklahoma plays USC at the Coliseum. We're on not every major network, but we're being broadcast over the whole United States, and the revenue was going to OU and Southern Cal. Well, over to the eastern part of the United States, there's a little college football game going on between Appalachian State, and Citadel on the same day, who's getting the same amount of revenue that OU and USC was getting, but they wasn't being broadcast to a larger audience. Two trial lawyers by the name of here in Oklahoma by the name of Andy Coates and Clyde Muchmore agreed that every major college should control their own destiny by their TV rights, meaning getting put on TV. So they collectively got together to take on the NCAA. They started here in Oklahoma City, didn't gain no traction until they got with the judge. His name was, I got my notes written down here. His name was Louis Burciaga. And according to Clyde Muchmore, after he heard, after Judge Burciaga heard uh, Coates and Muchmore's case, he wrote a 900-page letter saying that the NCAA was wrong to doing this. So that was win one. So then uh, Coates and Muchmore took it to Denver, Colorado, in the District 9 court. By the way I'm reading it, is there was a stay, but they finally, after reading Burciaga's uh, uh, documents he wrote up, he was in agreement with Judge Burciaga that this was wrong, that college football teams should control their own destiny. Now, mind you, let me state that not only was Andy Coates and Clyde Muchmore representing the AD of Oklahoma at the University of Oklahoma, they were also representing the University of Georgia. And from what I've heard from Andy Coates talk about this, when they would, in the early part of this, when they would get together, coaches from other colleges would approach Andy and Clyde and say, "Hey, you're doing a good job, just don't mention us." So as it progresses, uh, Andy Coates and Clyde Muchmore get a court order. They go to New York City at the NCAA headquarters. And what they find is all this TV revenue and everything is nothing but a racket. Italian mafia style, any way you want to look at it. So, and this is where Andy Coates also tells that the NCAA stands for never compromise anything, anytime. So they take it to the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C., and this was during the Reagan administration. And I think Andy said it was a month or 2 month deal that they presented their case and argued it in the Supreme Court. And in 1984, the Supreme Court, in a 7-2 rule, uh, ruled in favor of the universities of Oklahoma and the universities of Georgia, that they should be in control of their own destinies as far as their TV rights go. Now, as the old saying goes, to the victors goes the spoils. Georgia and Oklahoma got put on probation because of this. So, anyway, I'm going to put a link in the description below. There's a video that goes further in depth on this than I do. But I would like to just touch base on what they what they was suing the NCAA over. It was called the Sherman Antitrust Act. And what the Sherman Antitrust Act tells us, it says this law prohibits conspiracies that unreasonably restrains trade. Under the Sherman Act, agreements among competitors to fix prices or wages, rig bids, or allocate customers, workers, or markets are criminal acts. So that's what they was suing the NCAA for, which is actually called the Antitrust Act. But when you look it up, it says the Sherman Antitrust Act. But that's what they was suing the NCAA over. So, like I said, I'm going to put a link in the description below that has it's like a 30-minute video of Clyde Muchmore and Andy Coates going very in depth on this case. I'm just giving you the nuggets and what have you. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. Jump in the comments, tell me what you think, and y'all have a great day. This is the Sooner Legend. We'll catch you on the backside.